look like this? Are you trapped by paper? Where should you start? My name is Taylor Domer, and I'm from First Federal Community Bank, and I'm here to talk to you about the check printing department and our paperless program. To start off the process, we started with the obtain process. The first step in the obtain process is outlining the question. The second step is to break down the issue. The third step is to test the hypothesis. The fourth step is to analyze the solution. The fifth step is to imagine the solution. And finally, we will notify all stakeholders. Outlining the question. How can First Federal Community Bank check printing department go paperless? In order to look at this, we must first look at what we need to do to get paperless and how we're using paper currently. The three top paper uses that we have in the department are ordering supplies, customer orders, and then billing and shipping. The department looks to save at about $50,000 a year just by eliminating paper in those three areas. We would like to be paperless by March of 2015. Breaking down the issues. This is a figure from the process called an issue tree. You begin by looking at the problem. So again, how can we make the check printing department paperless? The first thing we want to look at is, can we create some kind of online ordering system so we don't have to use paper forms? Looking at that, should it be for only the customers, or should it be for customers and employees, or just employees? Secondly, we need to look at ordering supplies online. If we order supplies online, do we need to do it over the phone? Can we order them through the vendor? We have to get with our vendor and see what opportunities they have for us there. And another thing is, when we're delivering checks, do we need to email the list instead of sending the paper form with the stickers for each person to sign? Or is there some other way we can look at it? Testing the hypothesis. Will the online ordering system eliminate paper? Yes. Will the supply ordering from Premier eliminate the paper forms? Yes. Will creating paper forms eliminate the paper for the delivering? Yes. All three are very possible options to eliminate paper completely in those three areas. This is figure 2, the hypothesis tree. Basically, it's from the last slide. It shows each one of our options, and it shows how we're able to get rid of paper forms. Should one of the bottom rows not been a yes, we would have to start over in that area. Analyzing the solution. For the online ordering, we're looking for our IT department to create some kind of online database that will allow customers and employees to enter their orders. So whether it be they're ordering a new order completely or reordering their checks, they'll log on, they'll set up their account, and they can order checks and it'll save their history. Same with employees, they can log on with the customer's information and do the same thing. Supply ordering online. Premier is actually the company that currently does our supplies. So we are getting with them. They have agreed to create a database that will allow us to order any supplies needed for the check printing process online. So whether it be the check printing supplies like the paper stock, the ink, any kind of rollers for the printer, stuff like that, we can just go in, tell them what we need, and they'll ship it to us. And then with the pickup and delivery forms, we actually have the capability now that we have iPads. So we are able to create a PDF form that you enter the checks that were printed that day. It'll send it to the branches that the checks are going to. And then when the customer comes to pick it up, you'll look it up by their last name or their account number, and then they can just sign for the checks. That way there's no keeping the binder with the stickers in it or anything like that anymore. Adobe, they offer ways to create a paperless system for any business. They are the company that we're going to create the PDF forms from. We currently use them in other aspects of the bank, and we're just going to utilize them for the signature forms and sending them out to the banks. Imagine the solution. We use a criteria grid to look at it. for all three of our options to eliminate paper. It's based on cost, complexity, and then the impact on people. We rated it 50, 30, 20, and each one of them we gave a rating on how we felt it kind of laid on a scale of 1 to 10. The online ordering system and the PDF forms both fairly close, and then the supply ordering a little bit lower, but all three are fairly high, so we're going to go ahead and move forward with all three items. Notifying the stakeholders. This is where the action plan comes into place. Online ordering is going to affect the customers and employees. We'll have to send out some kind of notice to customers that they no longer need to turn in a paper form, and this is where they need to go, and we need to have some kind of how-to on how to get them to do each step. The stock supply ordering is again through Premier, who provides all of our paper and all of the things we need for our printer, so we need to get with them, and just the people in the department of check printing will be the ones dealing with this, so it's just a department thing. And then the email delivery sheets, we'll need to get with all the employees and let them know on the iPad, how to pull it up, how to look at it, and what they're looking at. This is basically just a rundown of each one of the steps that we're looking at. The timeline again is March of 2015. We're looking at roughly a $2,600 budget, give or take a few things. And then these are the references we use. And are there any questions?